Hello? 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 Hmm. Okay, just wait. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice po? Yeah, just wait. Because there are a lot of technical difficulties on my PowerPoint. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me check first. If somebody are already online. Okay. I think my voice is already clear. Please comment down po. Comment down with your name, reading section, and our hashtag for today. English 7 online class FB Live. So please bear with my voice. Medyo naririnig ko naman yung sarili ko. Mhm. So, so this one is intended for all sections. And I have already posted our online quiz in our group. So please share this video with your classmates. Sa lahat ng mga prime, hello. Dito din si Kuya JC from grade 12. And please share this with your classmates po. In case po na you cannot able to tune in with our FB Live, you can also replay this video. Okay, so I think uh, we're just waiting for the others. And but first I will share this in our group. Ano, ba't di ma-search? Ayan. So please share this video. Share this video together with the hashtag English 7 online class FB Live to your classmates po. This is all open to all sections, whether you are 7 prime, 7 rows, Sampaguita, Gumamela, and Sunflower. Sunflower is also included on this activity. So anyway, this is Miss Je from grade 7 English, and we're talking about our next online class. So this could be our second English online class through FB Live. So for those students who have already watched our first FB Live, thank you so much, and please comply with our online quiz until Sunday, or even I should make it until Monday morning, because I will already recorded all their scores from the results of our online quiz, including this one. So I've already discussed to you the biographical sketch. But before anything else, let us have first the learning competencies. So for this session, you have to compose a biographical sketch based on a personal interview and background research. But since we are already on an enhanced community quarantine, you don't need to comply with this a personal interview. But I have already given to you the information that you're going to create with the biographic sketch. And also, we have to use the correct and appropriate prosodic features of speech, whether it is a information, making explanations, and narrating events in personal and factual recounts. So I think we have also have here Seven Gumamela, Sampagita. Ayun, may nakita na akong Sampagitang isa. And Sunflower. So please comment down your attendance if you have already tuned in with our FB Live. So I think it may take only an hour for an urgent call from my sister. Actually, wait, I have a personal message. Okay, so later na lang yan, mga personal message na yan. But anyways, let us have first the objectives of our lesson. To create a biographic sketch with proper structure and content. So this one, I have already discussed it during the last 2 weeks ago or last week before we suspend our classes. So we have also to cite the given information written in a biographical sketch and to inculcate the relevance of forming biographical sketches to effectively observe the positive values, experiences, and progress of others. So this one is a very relevant issue for some of us because I think this could help you on how to create a biographic sketch, whether it is a personal biography or a life story of someone. So if you have already watched my life story, you can only so search it through my Facebook wall. So this one is also an example of a biographical sketch. But although we are not creating a video, but we have to create a narrative, a short narrative on biographical sketch. But first, let me explain to you what is a biographical sketch. So this one is much different with an autobiography, which intended to create a life story of your own, while in a biographical sketch, it is only an account of the life and activities of an individual or family. So let's say, for example, if a political figure, let's say, for example, you have chosen to feature the life of our president, Rodrigo Duterte, you have to search first the life and activities of our president, including the age, the place of residence, and even the background of that particular person, including the other major important details which I am going to discuss to you later on. So what are the information have already given or you have to take while making a biographic sketch? First one is the name, the complete name of a person, whether it is a family name, together with the complete first name, the real life or a personal information. So let's say for example, the name that I usually use was Miss Je, but my real name is Miss Jessica. So you can call me Ma'am Je or Ma'am Jessica if you want. Then you have also the age, place of residence. Of course, you have to write a hometown or a complete address if it is necessary. Next, we have the educational background or a educational attainment of that particular person. So, for example, if President Duterte is currently residing in Davao City and he already finished Bachelor of Laws at San Beda College. And his occupation, he was a former mayor of Davao City for almost 2 decades before he became the President of the Republic of the Philippines. And you have also included the life and activities and other important details. So he is now currently uh, conduct and mm, conduct an interview or even a press conference on the situation on COVID-19. So that is a very short background. So in my graphic sketch or in a short term, biosketch is always written by someone else except the person or on whom it is written. So this is much different from a biographic or an autobiography rather. A biographical sketch is a very short narrative and you have to write a life story or a short life story of a particular person which is the subject of your bio sketch. And it also presents the personal life including what the person did and how she or he is influenced the world. So as you can see on our online newsfeed, there are lots of the frontliners, which is also considered as the subject or the person's interest between on what the situation that is going on right now and how does he or she is influence the world. So let's say for example the nurses, the doctors and the police who cannot stay at home but they have to do their duties as the frontliners of the enhanced community quarantine. Bukas mo na yung door. And also, it also describes the person's personality. Yan. So, to make it short po, the biographic sketch is all about a person. Person more than yourself po. But in a large sense, a biographic sketch also presents the life story of a personality or his or her character traits and included how he or she is acted in a certain way. Please bear with me with the unquiet incident of unwanted noise outside. In short po, nasa kwarto lang po ako at medyo rinig din po yung ingay ng anak ko. So, please bear with me po. And what are those key points? Let me read to you the key points to be included in the biographic sketch. So, I already mentioned the complete name and age, place of birth, the educational background, including the achievements and his interests. The interest maybe it is a hobby or it should be what kind of activity did he or she usually done while he or she is getting out of the comfort zone, and why do people admire him or her. That is the essential element of a biographic sketch. If you are tended to interview or ask a question to a particular person, what does makes them admire most? So later on, we will read a very short selection so that you may also follow the guidelines or the key points. So we have also the lesson in life or what have you learned about a particular person which is intended to have a interview. So supposedly we will also have a interview on Women's Month, but unfortunately we cannot able to send a copy of your interviews. So I will make it a simpler one. So if you have further question, feel free to comment down on our video below if you have further any questions on these key points. Yan. So what are the questions being asked while doing a biographic sketch? First, how old is he or she? And what is his or her occupation? So this is a much simpler than the questions or the questions while conducting an interview. So kung tatanungin kayo kung ilang taon na kayo, kung ano yung kompleto yung pangalan, or kung ano yung trabaho po ninyo. Then what are his or her personal traits as a person? So later on, ito rin yung gagamitin yung questions while uh, I am giving to you the activity. Then, where he or she was born and raised. Saan siya lumaki, saan siya sinilang, and anong klaseng pagpamalaki ang ginawa sa kanya with his or her family. And what are his or her educational background? So, if you have noticed, if she or he garnered an highest honor, you can also include that in your biographic sketch. And if he or she already finished his master's degree, you can also include that in your educational background. So this is much important. And what are his or her achievements or recognitions? So let's say, for example, he already won by landslide victory through a public vote, whether it is in presidential elections or in local elections. You can also include that in your biographic sketch. And another one, how does he or she admired by many people? And why do you think he or she has a major impact to the reader? So this is, let's have it focus on the last two questions. How does he or she admired by many people? So in Filipino term, bakit siya ang pinakang kinikilala na personality, even the millennials. So, as for now po, yung lahat ng mga millennials, kung ano yung nakikita nilang mga posts sa social media, sila daw yung mga nagte-trending. So, you can also choose any personality if you have to think what should be the impact to the readers? Or why do you think siya yung pinaka-significant na tao na kailangang i-feature? So, para din tayong gumagawa ng feature writing. If you have a specific topic, whether it is a people, places, or even the leisure that we are usually done, you can also include that in your biographic sketch. So, I think Gina is also tuning in. So, lahat daw po ng Seven Sunflower kasama po dito sa activity na ito. And even in our online quiz. So, those are the questions Kailangan yung i-gather these questions while doing an activity. So, you have a time to copy the questions before flashing the activity on our screens. Feel free to copy the notes or the lecture rather in your notebook. So this way we have a 8 questions. So 8 questions lang. Kapag nagkakanda kayo ng interview, you are usually asking 8 questions. Hindi nyo na kailangan pahabain ng question because it will turn into a very long biography. Ayan, biographic sketch. Pag sinabing biographic sketch, it is much shorter than a biography or autobiography. So when you say autobiography, yung tungkol po sa inyo or yung tungkol sa life story po ninyo ang pinaka-topic. But it is much different with a biographic sketch. So these are the tips on how to write a biographical sketch. The first one, it should take only at least 8 to 10 sentences in a short paragraph. So, hindi po kailangang mahaba yung biographical sketch. So, yung biographical sketch, pag sinabi natin short narrative, it is much shorter, simpler, and ang kinukuha lang dito ay yung given information. Ito lang 8 questions. So, you ask him or her about the following. First one is the background, including the name, the age, and even the place of birth, and even his or her educational attainment. Yun po yung nakalagay sa background. Then, what are his or her greatest achievements so far? And if in case patay na po yung tao, you have to also include the greatest achievements na nakamit niya or na-attain niya while he or she is still alive. Then, what are his or her interests or hobbies? Yan, yung lahat ng mga interest niya, yung mga wants niya, o yung lahat ng mga dislikes niya, o yung mga ayaw niyang gawin habang siya'y nagtatrabaho. And you also include the lessons in life. So, as a writer, what lesson have you learned while taking down the given information? So, it should be identified the given information about his or her personality. So, you have to also include the character traits or even the personality of that particular person. And it also includes the major key points. Yan po yung parts. So, you have also included the introduction, the body of the biographic sketch, and the conclusion. Yung conclusion po, yan po yung lesson na natutunan ninyo while knowing that person. And he have also used his simpler and clear words. So you have to use the dictionary or if you have a time to search on the internet, you can also sort in important details. And state why did you choose that person as the subject of your biographic sketch. So, you have to state a reason bakit siya yung napili ninyo as a subject. Ayan. So, these are the practical tips in writing a biographic sketch. So, I have to show you an example of a biographic sketch, but after this, you have to answer the online quiz. So, I have already posted the questions and even the parts of a biographic sketch online quiz. So this one is entitled The Life of Juan Flavier. So after this one, you have to answer the given questions, which I have already posted. So if you have a time to read very clear the short short biographic sketch, you have to also replay this video. So the life of Juan Flavier, born 1935, died in 2014. Juan Martin Flavier is a senator and a doctor to the Barrios. So his complete name was Juan Martin Flavier, or the full name of the person. So he was born in a very poor family to semi-literate parents. He eventually moved to Baguio, where he finished his secondary studies at the Baguio City National High School. He is trained as a doctor and received his Doctor of Medicine degree from the UP College of Medicine at the University of the Philippines, Manila in 1960, and Masters in Public Health from the Blomberg School of Public Health at Johns Hopkins University in 1969. Flavier went to serve poor rural barangays in Nueva Ecija and Cavite as a doctor to the barrios. So his first occupation before he became a senator was a doctor to the barrios. He was a country doctor for 30 years. His work was recognized, and he was appointed president of the Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement in 1967. From 1978 to 1992, he was the president of the International Institute of Rural Reconstruction. So this is more on a rural development and uh, team building on how to uh, have a short talk with the nearby town barrios. So, yun po yung kanyang unang trabaho bago siya naging health secretary. So, he was appointed as a secretary of Department of Health by the former President Fidel Ramos in 1992. So during his term, he initiated various health programs such as Oplan, Alice Disease, Contra Cholera, Stop TB, Araw ng Sangkap, Pinoy, or should I say, yung pinaka-popular na Idisol. Siya po yung nag-produce. And he also proposed family planning and also the Doctor to the Barrios program. During his term, barangay health workers were organized. He served as a secretary of Department of Health until he ran as a senator in 1995. So he ran as a senator and won under the administration of Fidel Ramos ticket and re-elected on his second term in 2001 elections, placing the second among the 12 winning candidates. As a senator, he authored and sponsored several landmark bills, including the Traditional Medicine Law, Social Reform and Poverty Alleviation Act, Philippine Clean Air Act, Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act. So, yung indigenous people, yan po, bakit nagkaroon po siya ng indigenous people dun sa far-flung areas in the nearby province. And we have also the Anti-Money Laundering Act. So, yun po yung against po siya sa anti-money laundering. For example, kung meron kayong budget na na-receive sa government, yan po tinatawag na pork barrel. So, he proposed a bill or an act for anti-money laundering. Kasi napupunta daw yung funds sa mga senador. At hindi ginagamit or nililiquidate ng maayos yung proposed budget for projects and other programs. We have also Barangay Micro Business Enterprise, NSTP, for tertiary students. So, kung kayo ay magka-college, yan po ang tinatake nyo kapag gusto nyo makaiwas ng ROTC. And you have also Dangerous Drugs Act, Plant Variety Protection Act, Philippine Nursing Act, and Tobacco Regulation Act, or the so-called anti-tobacco law, or nire-regulate na din ang paggamit ng sigarilyo. And he also declared the law declaring a Dilfi year or a public holiday for the Muslims. Ayan yung mga proposed bills niya. So, this one is also an example of his achievements. And next one, when he was a senator, ayan, yun yung mga life experiences niya, yun yung mga interest niya. He had a perfect attendance record. So, siya pa lang nakakakumpleto ng attendance or uma-attend ng hearing sa Senado. Then, the fact that he already mentioned the Senate resolution marking his death, which read in part, the hard-working legislator registered a perfect attendance during the session and was instrumental in the enactment of landmark legislations promoting public health and improving the quality of the life of the people. So, hindi siya nag-earn ng malaking halaga habang siya'y naging senador. That is why he became the poorest senator with a net worth or SALN or Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net worth of 3.49 million pesos. Flavier wrote a regular newspaper including na diniscuss natin na The Parable of the Rainbow Colors or the Seven Colors of the Rainbow as a part of his column. And he also wrote a short column about his life experience as a health secretary entitled Doctor to the Barrios, and his autobiography From Barrio to Senado, an autobiography. So as of today, he already died at the age of 79 due to pneumonia-related sepsis and organ failure on October 30, 2014. So I think mga 7 years to be exact, at the National Kidney and Transplant Institute. So, meron doon na specific questions na babasahin nyo after you watch the video. So, as you can see, many parts of the biographic sketch. On the first and second part, that is his background. So, ganyan lang siya kahaba, pero you don't need to elaborate many information. So, you have to keep it short and simpler. So, in a shorter term, Juan Martin Flavier is the senator and the doctor to the bar. Simple as that. So, he finished his Doctor of Medicine degree at the University of the Philippines. So, yun yung structure of the sentence. He served as a Doctor to Bavarios for 30 years and recognized and appointed as the President of Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement. So, as you can imagine, ganyan lang po kaikli yung biographic sketch. But this one is an example, only an example of a biography. Kasi kung isa-summarize po natin itong short selection, you can also make it a simpler one. So, this one is a background. And the second one, his achievements. So, ano yung mga na-achievements niya? He won as the senator and re-elected in his second term, ranking in second place. And he also appointed as the Secretary of the Department of Health. Ganyan lang kasimple. And he proposed many bills and various programs. Yan yung mga achievements niya that he already encountered, such as, to name a few, Yan yung mga traditional medicine law, yung mga reforms on poverty and social reforms, yung anti-money laundering, yung doctor to the barrios program, ayun yung mga naating niya na projects. And he proposed a law. So, for the third part, ayan. As a senator, he also attained a perfect attendance. So, unlike dun sa ibang senador na medyo sablay lang sa attendance or hindi masyadong uma-attend ng mga hearing, si Juan Flavier, iba siya sa mga senador na nakilala nila. So, he is also proposed a bill na sa kabila ng kanyang kamatayan, he also proposed a resolution that he had became a registered legislator with a perfect attendance, and he is also instrumental in public health because his interest is more on public health. So, yun po yung kanyang interest or yung kanyang mga hobbies. Kumbaga. And one of the hobbies also is yung pagsusulat ng uh, autobiography, which is Doctor to the Barrios, from Barrio to the Senado, and even parables. He also wrote a very meaningful and powerful parable on the seven colors of the rainbow or parable of the rainbow colors. Narinig po ba ako? Ayan. So, on the last part, what are the significance of being a senator and a doctor to the barrios? You have to think of what you have learned from his life experience and ano yung naitulong niya sa bayang ito. So, as you can see, nailagay lang dito sa kanyang autobiography ay yung kanyang kamatayan. So, meron pa siyang hindi pa nasasagot na question. So, as a reader, anong naitulong niya bilang senador? At pangalawa, ano ang naging impact sa inyo as a student? So, in that particular situation, ano ang kanyang naiambag bilang senador and bilang isang doktor. So, yun po yung kailangan may tanong na questions. So, looking back to the question nga pala, sige, let's go back to the question. Ayan. Ano yung kanyang occupation? Anong kanyang personal traits? You can also include that kapag kayo ay nagko-conduct ng biographic sketch. What personal traits ang tumatak sa kanya habang siya'y nabubuhay? So, yon. So, what are his or her achievements? Or what are his greatest achievements? So, that's like what I'm telling you earlier, ano yung kanya, inambag niya habang siya'y nabubuhay pa. Or kung buhay man siya, ano yung kanyang nakamit na recognitions. And how does he admired by many people, including to the barrios? And why do you think he or she has a major impact? So, as you have already read the longer version, I think you have to keep it shorter. Shorter lang po para madali niyong maintindihan yung biographic sketch. Ayan. So, the questions will be followed after you watch this video. So, I already posted with including the hashtag. So, kasama po siya sa online quiz. And for the activity, since we are undergo with the enhanced community quarantine, so I think I have already 10 minutes to finish the video. The main topic for biographic sketch is simply a public figure or the unsung heroes. But first, you need to search for the following information. So I have already prepared 5 questions. 5 questions lang para madaling yung masagot yung mga general information. So, the first one, what is his family background? So, as you can see naman kung sino yung pinaka-subject ay lalaki po. What is his family background? So, you have to include the complete name, the age, and even the place of birth, and his complete birthday. Yung month, yung day, at yung year kung kailan po siya pinanganak, and his hometown o kung saan siya pinanganak, saan siya lumaki. And what is his educational attainment? So, you have to search yung kanyang educational attainment, excuse me. Educational attainment o kung ano yung tinapos niya from elementary to college. So, specifically, kung ano yung educational attainment ng particular person na yun na ipa-flash ko yung picture, anong kanyang educational attainment. Number 3, how did he succeed into his political campaign as a public figure? And why did he choose to become a mayor in their respective town? So, yung number 3 and number 4 ay may connection sa kanilang occupation and their achievements and their interests. So, yun ang kailangan ninyong alamin kung paano sila nagtagumpay sa kanilang political career, then ano ang kanyang naiambag sa kanyang town or city. So, I think nagkamali ako ng type. Ito pala ay city. So, they became a mayor in the respective cities. And as a student, why did you choose this person as your subject to the biographic sketch? So, yan. So, kanya-kanya na kayong explanation dyan sa number 5. And, gusto niya po bang malaman kung sino yung mga unsung heroes? So, as what you have read on the newsfeeds on Facebook, wala na tayong ibang laman ng newsfeed kundi ang mga taong to. So, you have to pick or choose at least one public figure. So, here are those. Ayan. See, this one is Mayor Isko Moreno, and the other one is Mayor Vico Soto. So, Isko Moreno is a city mayor of Manila, while Vico Soto, have already known him as the son of Vic Soto and Connie Reyes, and he's also a mayor in Pasig. So, they are also considered as the millennial mayors. Ayan. So, you have to choose at least one of them. So, kung halimbawa, ang pinili nyo ay si Yorme, si Isko Moreno, you have to create a biographic sketch of Mayor Isko. And, kung gusto nyo gawa ng biographic sketch si Mayor Vico, then, syempre, ganun pa rin yung questions. So, I think your heart is already melted with this handsome public figures. So, let's have a instructions. In a very short paragraph, write a simple and short biographic sketch. Very short lang ha. Huwag niyo po masyadong gayahin yung naibigay ko na example. So, yung mga questions ay 5 questions lang. Dumiretso na kayo sa family background, sa educational attainment, on how did they succeeded in their political campaign. Then, ano ang reason bakit sila ang hinahangaang mayor na hindi tulad sa ibang mayor, sana naman. And as a student, bakit sila ang napili ninyo? So, bali dalawang biographic sketch. Choose only one. I will type first. Choose only one by person. One person lang po per biographic sketch. So, ibig sabihin, kung gusto nyo gawa ng biographic sketch si Mayor, si Yorme, Isko, siya lang ang gagawa niya ng biographic sketch. Pag pinili niyo naman si Pico Soto, siya lang yung gagawa niya ng biographic sketch. And oh my God. Naku, malolobat na ako. Ayan. So, you have to pick only one. Although marami kayong kwento tungkol sa kanilang naiambag or they are considered as the unsung heroes. Yan lang po ang gagawa nyo ng biographic sketch. You have to choose only one public figure po. Ayan. May question pa po? Ayan. So, please comment down po if you have any question. And I will answer it. Ayan. Pwede pa kayo magtanong. At mukhang kakunti pa lang ang viewers ko. 10 viewers. So, pwede naman yung i-replay itong online FB class. Yes, of course, English. According to Francine, ma'am, English po ba? Siyempre, English. Make it simple. Simple English lang. Hindi na po kailangan pagkahaba-habaan yung description ng taong ito. Hindi po kailangan pahabain yung paragraph. As what I have said, you have to write at least 8 to 10 sentences in one paragraph. Ayan. So, you have to choose only one. So, ibig sabihin, isa lang po ang pipiliin nyo dyan. Gagawin sila, isa nga lang po. Isa lang po ang gagawin. You have to choose only one person for your biographic sketch. So, kung ang subject nyo ay si Yorme, sige, gawan nyo si Yorme. Pagka gusto nyo na biographic sketch ni Mayor Vico, siya lang ang gagawa nyo ng biographic sketch. So, hanggang kailan ipapasa. So, let me finish first the format. So, the format of your biographic sketch for your activity, you have to write first the title, Unsung Heroes, their name, then grade and section. So, di ko yata naisama yung 7 rows, pero kasali po kayo sa activity na ito. Di ko lang po siya na-type. So, 7 prime, 7 rows, 7 sa pagitan, 7 gumamela, and sunflower. Kasama po ang 7 sunflower. Hindi ko lang po siya na-type kasi hindi po magkakasya. Then, your answer must be a biographic sketch based on the 5 questions that I have already given to you. So, again po, 8 to 10 sentences lang po kailangan yung isulat. Then, for your submission, let me read to you, deadline of submission is until March 27. Ayan. For your previous activities, make sure you have to secure the copy from activity 1 to 5. You have to send this via private message or you have to comment down the section on previous activities. So, yung first activity is yung Adorable Home. Activity 2, I think yung The Family Reunion. Activity 3 ay yung Heal the World. Yung may picture ng symbolism. Yung activity 4 ay yung How to Wash Your Hands. So, yun yung na-flash ko last Tuesday. And yung pang-5 is itong activity natin. So, to look back on the question, please take time to copy or screenshot nyo na lang po para mas mabilis yung mga questions. So, for number 1 po ulit, ito po yung dapat na content ng inyong answers. But, hindi nyo siya gagawa ng pa-question type, kailangan po ay pa-narrative. So, for example, his complete name is Isko Dumagoso, ganyan. He lived in Tondo, Manila, born on, ganyan. Kailangan po ay detail by detail po, pero kailangan ay shorter term po ng sentence. Then, yung educational attainment, yung pinakang recent lang na educational attainment na lang ang iyong ilalagay. Then, yung pang third sentence or third part ng inyong biographic sketch ay ano yung kanilang na-achieve nung sila ay naging politiko. So, definitely sila ay mga politician or public servant. And, bakit sila ay napili? And, as a student, bakit sila yung napili nyo na i-feature? So, pili na kayo ng isa. Isa lang po Isa lang. Si Yorme Puma o si Vico Soto. Ayan. So, again po, wait for further announcement for the next online quiz, including the results. And stay updated po for your next online class. So, hindi po ako masyado magbibigay ng activity for the next week, but you have to depend on our online class. So, mag-online class na ako every Tuesday and Thursday. So, supposedly, mag-online class po ako ng Thursday. But unfortunately, nagkaroon po ng technical problem dun sa online quiz. So, I have already posted the online quiz on our FB page sa Grade 7 Online Learning. ANHS Grade 7 Online Learning. Doon yun lang po ilalagay yung inyong mga answers. Yung 5 questions lang po ba? Yes. Only the 5 questions. Hindi nyo po kailangan pagkahaba-habain yung 8 questions. Yun lang man pong 5 questions ang ilalagay ninyo sa biographic sketch or the unsung heroes. So, again, thank you for tuning in. I think it's already time na po. I have already 5 minutes to finish our online class. So, if you have any question, you have to search for this reference. So, yung life story po ni Juan Flavier, you have to search it on peoplepil.com/people/Juan Flavier. And for further questions, you have to read in your modules. Ayan. So, before I end with our online class, I have to leave a word to ponder. So, from John F. Kennedy, "Has not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." So, on Monday, just wait for further announcement kung ilan na po yung nakapag-comply ng online quiz. So, again, thank you for watching and have a safe online learning. So, again, this is Ma'am Je signing off for now for our online class FB Live. God bless and have a great weekend.